Hey guys, Mike Chen here in Osaka, Japan. And the first place I'm eating at in this incredible food city, it's a local specialty, oyster ramen. Then heading to something that's truly unique, an all-you-can-eat frozen food buffet. And finally, we're in Japan, gotta have some pizza. Let's go. So right now I'm right near Dotonbori, and there's tons of these outdoor malls and shopping centers and restaurants located throughout this area. And the ramen that's specialized here is something I never tried before, oyster ramen. And I am right now in front of Next Ramen. So this is the first ramen place where I've been to where you go ahead and purchase your ramen from the vending machine outside, and it takes credit cards. I waited about 40 minutes. If you're trying to get in, go for the second group of diners. So this place has been open for 1 hour. The first group was probably the busiest. Right now, when I got in, there's basically no line behind me. This place got a small ramen bar, about 6 seats, and then about 8 seats on this ginormous table. And this vibe is kind of like Team Labs meets a ramen bar. Very interesting. So you open the drawer, there's chopsticks, spoons, and an apron in here. So I got 2 bowls of ramen. I got their signature skimmin, and with a giant wagyu nigiri. This is the biggest wagyu nigiri I think I've ever seen. And I got their traditional oyster ramen. It's the whitest noodles I've seen in a skimmin. It's beautiful. Both these noodles came with flowers on top. Very, very pretty. So this is a large bowl of the skimmin. Dunk that into the dipping broth. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. First slurp I knew, 10 out of 10. The noodles are very smooth and chewy. They're wide, but they're also really, really thin. The dipping broth is so thick and rich and deep, and the oyster flavor in the dipping broth. And at first slurp, the oyster flavor in the dipping broth will roundhouse kick you in the face. There's so much delicious oyster flavor in here, along with a thick, rich flavor from the meat. And these noodles go down so easily. They grab onto the dipping broth very, very well. It's such an easy, delicious slurp. This is an incredible ramen experience. I've had all sorts of skimmin. First time trying something like this. I'm literally dunking my noodles halfway into this broth because it's grabbing on way too well, so my broth is disappearing more than my noodles, I feel like. And I want my broth to last because it's so delicious. This might be one of my favorite bowls of skimmin in all of Japan. This dipping broth is so deliciously thick, rich, and porky, and that balance created by the flavors of the oyster adds way more depth to this flavor. It looks like this wagyu nigiri is getting married. This giant train of wagyu in the back. That's really good. But yeah, by far, this is one of my favorite bowls of ramen in Japan. So the second bowl of ramen I got, the traditional oyster ramen. This comes with a couple cuts of chashu, seaweed, medium thick noodles, and a yuzu, and an oyster. It's really delicious. I still prefer the skimmin, but this bowl of ramen is no slouch. Each slurp, you taste the porky flavor of this broth way more than you do with the skimmin. At the same time, you're definitely still tasting the oysters. This is a very rich, very fatty, very creamy broth. I mean, each slurp, your lips can feel like you just put on lip balm. This is super fatty. There's a giant oyster in here as well. It's good. I think I prefer the skimmin way more. Not because this is a bad bowl of ramen, it's delicious. I think this is a solid 7.8, 8 out of 10 bowl of ramen. That's skimmin though. That for me is 10 out of 10. The chashu is very thick too. 3 giant smoky pieces of chashu. There is definitely a very nice smoky flavor in this bowl, which I think is attributed to the chashu. One last thing I got is the oyster fried rice. That's delicious too. This place definitely knows how to cook oysters, so nothing beats that skin. This must be one good cheesecake. So Japan, of course, has a lot of really interesting buffets. And I've been to quite a few of them. This one might be the most interesting and exciting. This is an all-you-can-eat frozen foods buffet. You can pay for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. If you go over, you could extend your time here. There is a ton of frozen foods that you can cook. Plus, there's all these crane machines here, and they're free to play. It's included in the price. And you're just winning food. Oh man, this is gnarly. This is such an interesting buffet. So you walk in, get your wristband. I got 2 hours. Let's check this place out. These are all the games that's available. So here you're winning like a brownie bar. Here you're winning little bags of snacks. So let's play one here. Let's try this. For the first time playing a claw arcade, I didn't win. I'm not even upset. Thank God those machines are included in the price. Finally got a gummy. So this is the alcohol aisle. There's whiskey, there's gin, there's beer. There's the soft drinks. You can get some Pepsi, some melon soda. Then the hot drinks, some cocoa, or you can get iced cocoa. You can also use the hot water here to cook your ramen. Ooh, this is a kakigori machine. 2 rows and 2 levels of microwaves. And this is all the frozen foods. This is a lot of frozen foods. There's appetizers, snacks, okonomiyaki, cheese, chicken. This is all separate into categories. Edamame, there's tamago. They have a whole section on okonomiyaki and taiyaki and takoyaki. This is being Osaka, of course. There's frozen pizzas. Wow. There's chicken, little side dishes, some meatballs, chicken wings. These actually look really good. Some Hamburg steak. There's all sorts of pastas. Wow, seafood pasta. It looks like some carbonara. 3 freezer full of pastas. If you want to be healthy, there's veggie pastas. There's crab pastas. What? This is so cool. There's noodles. So biang noodles, dandan mian. There's different ramens. Oh my God, they have soup dumplings. Shome, gyozas. Wow. Okay, appetizers and snacks. There's, looks like pies, risottos, I think. Whole 2 sections of fried rice. Or you can microwave white rice. And here are the desserts. Whoa. There's a lot of mochi. There's some pastries, some pudding. And check this out. This is the real dessert right here. This is the ice cream section. 3 giant coolers of ice cream. Wow, you just take a box of ice cream with you. Mochi ice cream. There's matcha ice cream. There's ice cream cones. There's popsicles. This is such a fun buffet. Okay, let's eat. I think I'm gonna start with a Hamburg steak and a premium pasta. So this is pasta coated with minced beef, tomatoes, and herb sauce. So this place, you can only get 2 items at a time. All right, let's see. I haven't even eaten my first frozen item yet. I already want to come back. There's so many things I want. I want to try all these noodles. They all look so good. I want to try the soup dumpling. I want to try the gyoza. Oh my, this all looks so good. I want to try the fried rice. I want to have the desserts. I want to eat every single ice cream. This is frozen food heaven. I think this is better than the other frozen food experience I had in France. This is so much cooler. All you can eat. I think I'm just gonna try to eat as many pastas and dumplings as I can. Those look the best. So the Hamburg steak looks like there was butter on top. They do give you plates you can put your food on, but I think it's honestly just easier to eat in its own containers. Oh my gosh. Okay, this pasta looks and smells pretty darn good. That's really good. Wow. I mean, I know Japanese frozen food is delicious. I know this. So it's not a complete shock, but man, this is delicious pasta. The pasta itself, there's no way it tastes like it came from a microwave. It does not. It's so springy and chewy, covered in tomato meat sauce. This tastes so good. Chase it with a Hamburg steak. A little starchy. I think the Hamburg steak is just okay. This pasta is so good though. It actually tastes like pretty good bolognese sauce. I was half expecting the pasta to taste like, you know, the high school lunch cafeteria pasta where the pasta is super soft and soggy and it just breaks apart really easily. Yeah, this is like the opposite of that. Really good first couple dishes. Finish this. I'll go back for seconds. All right, next up, let's get some crab pasta because this brand is really good. Here's some soup dumplings. Second round, I got some soup dumplings, some edamame. I should be able to finish these soup dumplings before my pasta finishes cooking. Soup dumplings look not bad. Okay, there is a lot of juice in these soup dumplings. Wow. These things are definitely very juicy. For microwave soup dumplings, not too bad. Wrapper's a tiny bit thicker than I like, but this is definitely a juicy dumpling. This pasta looks so good. First of all, I did not expect real crab meat in this pasta. Holy moly. You can smell the crab in the sauce. You can see the crab. The pasta looks delicious. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a good bowl of pasta. Good pasta. It's a very crabby pasta dish. You can 100% tell that there's real crabs in here. It's actually super flavorful with a ton of crabby umami. Umami is great, by the way, too. I feel like the pasta texture, not as good as the previous one, but the flavor is absolutely wonderful. Not bad. We are in Osaka, so let's try the okonomiyaki. Oh, and check this out. Oh, this is really cool. There's rice over here. You can combine it with this and make your own gyodo. So this round I made a gyodo and I got an okonomiyaki. This gyodo actually looks really good. That is a good gyodo. It's a very sauced up gyodo, especially for a microwave gyodo. The beef is tender, look how fatty it is. Those are nice thin slices of fatty beef, all covered in rich sauce. It's savory, a little sweet. I like this because this is very aggressively seasoned. The sauce is extremely savory. That beef is all sorts of fatty. I think it goes so well with this rice. And the great thing is, if you feel like your beef to rice ratio, that you don't have enough beef, you can always go back and add more beef. This place is like a Japanese convenience store cafeteria / arcade. I am surprised though that there's nobody here. I mean, the location is a very busy area, right in the middle of Osaka, right near Dotonbori. I think the price also really reasonable. It's 1,800 yen for 60 minutes, so a little over 10 bucks for 60 minutes of all you can eat frozen food. Even if you just get one of these okonomiyaki, I think that's gonna be at least 600 or 700 yen. Plus, this place is fun. I'm definitely staying for the full 2 hours. This one's really good. This looks and smells like it could be a pretty darn good okonomiyaki. Not gonna taste like fresh off the grill. It's not bad for microwave. The sauce is a little sweet. The okonomiyaki is savory. It's definitely very rich. You got a little crunch from the cabbage, a lot of umami that's coming from the bonito flakes and the seaweed that's sprinkled on top. Not bad. My last two savory dishes today. I got a spicy miso ramen and this pizza. This don't look great. It's a little margarita pizza. This is way better than I thought it was gonna be. I am actually shocked at how good this pizza is. This is a really good microwave pizza. I mean, it looks horrible. It looks like a thin little piece of cardboard with some goo on top. That dough is actually pretty nice. Got a good chew to it. The biggest thing is that it's good cheese. Not only is it good cheese, the tomato is juicy and sweet, like bursting of sweet, zesty juice. The pizza sauce is good, it's not overly tangy, it's very mild and balanced. It actually resembles the flavor of San Marzano tomatoes. And this is supposed to be a margherita pizza. I can actually taste the basil on this. This absolutely resembles a Neapolitan pizza. Not saying it tastes as good, not saying anything like that. But again, for something that was just in the microwave and something that looks like this, it tastes pretty darn good. Let me chase that with my miso ramen. This thing looks good. The noodles are nice and thick. This is awesome. Noodles are really chewy and nice. Wow. Broth is good, a ton of heat in here. You definitely taste that deep, earthy miso. Yeah, this is delicious. But I think still the best noodle dish I got today was the first one. The pasta with miso sauce, incredible. So dessert, I got a pudding, which I don't think I microwaved enough. Still kind of icy on the bottom. Actually, a little icy on the bottom is good. Oh, this pudding is phenomenal. Oh, this is so good. It's really light and creamy and rich. I like the little icy bits on the bottom. It tastes like a very thick, milky ice cream. This thing tastes like Hokkaido milk. It's so rich. And this is a cheese waffle. No, fluffy waffle with cheese inside. I think that one would be a lot better if the outside is a little toasty. It's not bad. Not nearly as good as this pudding though. Oh, this is so good. It's one of the best things I had today. I could eat a whole nother pack of this. I love pudding in Japan. There's nothing like it. I never actively seek out pudding in the US. In Japan, I want it all the time. All right, dessert. I got this Hershey's wafer thing. This is awesome. So ice cream bar inside with a crunchy chocolatey shell with a little chewy waffle. This is great. I feel like I'm getting hungry again when it comes to dessert. This is a little matcha popsicle with something inside, I think. Oh, this is good. So this is a matcha popsicle on the outside. Inside, it's a piece of mochi. I feel like I need to let this melt a little bit so that mochi is gonna be nice and stretchy. All right, I'm gonna set that aside for just a second. And then, I don't know what this is. I don't even know how to open this. Oh my gosh, this is messy ice cream. This might not have been worth the trouble. Oh my gosh, there's gotta be an easier way to open this. Okay, it's open. Wow. All right, finally got the top off of this thing. Oh, it's worth it. It's just like a little yokish. It's a little frozen yogurt drink. Really refreshing as well. This, you let it sit a little bit. Much, much, much better. Overall, I think there's at least 200 items in this restaurant. It's really like a frozen food convenience store restaurant. I've only seen something like this once before in my life in Paris, where everything served was frozen food. And this being a country where so much of the frozen food is incredibly delicious, this concept absolutely makes sense. Most of what I had from Costco, from 7-Eleven, Lawson, they're all good. And this thing is so fun. You got the claw machines, there's some arcade machines in here. It's all you can drink. You can make a kakigori. Ooh. I gotta make myself a kakigori. Be right back. I just realized I'm about to hit my 2-hour mark, so I gotta eat and get out of here. Basically what they do is they calculate how long you've been here and charge you accordingly. So my limit is 2 hours. But overall, this is such a fun place. The food's good, you get dessert, you get drinks. You get to play some arcade games without burning through all your money. By the way, the arcade games in Japan, so rigged. But you can get out of here. See you in a bit. Wow, this place looks good. Look at this lunch set, 980 yen for a tray of what looks to be pretty tender beef. Had to take a long extended nap after that frozen food buffet, and it started to rain. There's one thing I haven't had so far on this Japan trip, which Osaka has a ton of, which is great pizza. There's tons of amazing pizzerias around Osaka. This one I haven't been to before. All right, look at this. Can't really read that, but let's try it. This place is really interesting. Tiny little pizzeria. They sell other dishes too, like beef and pork, and they got a giant Iberico ham hanging out back in the kitchen. And the first thing they brought out was this free little mini appetizer of prosciutto, fig, and what looks like goat cheese in what looks like some sort of balsamic vinegar sauce. That's good. Creamy goat cheese, prosciutto absolutely melts. The goat cheese is a little sweet, which goes very well with that fig. Fresh fig, by the way, because it's fig season right now in Japan. The figs are delicious. That comes with me a really nice little bite. So you can usually do half and half at Japanese pizza parlors. I got the margarita and the maitake. This looks like a very legitimate Neapolitan pizza. Beautiful little char on the crust. Look at this, nice and airy. Super thin, 2-piece center, basil, tomatoes, cheese. This place got some really interesting pizza options there. There's a Lotus pizza, and they even have a sardine pizza, which I got. That's so good. Melts in your mouth, pizza crust with such nice, sweet San Marzano tomatoes, contrasted by that little bitterness from the char. You taste the fresh basil, the cheese is good. Yeah, this is really awesome. This is the maitake mushroom. Man, look how bubbly this crust is. So good. It's loaded with mushrooms. That is an earthy slice of pizza. Wow. That is not your average mushroom pizza. The mushroom flavor of that is intense. And loaded with so much mushroom. Wow, I don't think I've ever had a mushroom pizza like that before. I mean, it's not much on there to cover up the flavor of the mushrooms. Just mushrooms, some cheese, some oil. The natural flavor of the mushroom is really, really strong and really, really good. I think I misordered. I thought I ordered a sardine pizza, or at least half the pizza to be sardine, but I think I accidentally ordered another mushroom. So this is shiitake mushroom pizza. Oh, I think this is better than the other mushroom. I really wanted to try the sardine one though. That one looked intense. And the other half, I got prosciutto. Whoa, this is really marble looking prosciutto. That's a very interesting pizza. It's really good. You're tasting so much of that fatty, nutty pork. You're also getting a lot of nuttiness from the cheese. And at the same time, a refreshing crunch and bitterness from the greens and a hit of sweetness from the tomato sauce. Pork is ridiculous. That's some melt in your mouth. Fatty, fatty pork. All right, I'm gonna try to finish these two. And maybe I'll just go ahead and get another sardine one. It's just all these pieces, the dough, everything's just so airy and light. That's a really good pizza place. I can't really fit another pizza. I'm always really happy to eat pizza in Japan. There's so many good places you want to eat at. And Osaka, of course, a major food city. Unfortunately, just spending a couple days here, today was a really fun food day. And as always, our place I went to list down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.